Hello Aries, welcome to August of 2019. This will be your general tarot reading for the month of August. Now, while shuffling the cards, I received the message, don't complicate things, Aries. Don't complicate things. And then I pulled out the cards, I put them down, and it turns out there's 3 different court cards in your reading, Aries. 3 of them. That means there's probably 3 different people involved in your situation or playing different influences, playing different roles in your month of August 2019. Now, as we can see, the Queen of Swords is one of the court cards. This represents one of the people most likely who are affecting your August. The second court card is the Knight of Pentacles. An earthy card, an earthy person. Probably slow, probably Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And the third court card is the last card, the Queen of Wands. Likely a mixture of water and fire, if this isn't yourself, Aries. Aries is a fire sign, as you probably know, along with Leo and Sagittarius. And we do start off August in Leo season, and so I'm not sure what's going on yet, Aries. I'm not sure, but we'll get into this. We'll clarify everything through this reading. Okay. Now, by just looking from a general perspective, it looks like there's either a delay or someone isn't happy about something. Just from the general mood of the cards, the general mood and what I can see just at a glance. Now, the Queen of Swords is generally a patient character. This person, they know what to say, they know when to say it. And since it's swords, the person is likely mental, quite mental, and they communicate well. This may be not an Aries, but a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And this person definitely seems to be having a hand in what's going on. They relate to the Six of Cups, and so it looks like mercy may be coming from this person. Either mercy or not quite dignity, but something along the lines of not hospitality, not benefit of the doubt, but this person may be giving you an opportunity, Aries. One way, some way or another, this person may be kind of in control of some aspect of your life. Not that they'll hold something against you. It doesn't look like that, Aries. Things look like things may come your way. Either they'll come more nicely, or you'll receive a bit less. But either way, this person has an influence in what you receive. This may be a lady figure rather than a male figure in this case. And this person is probably giving you the cup at a time when you need it, Aries. At a time when you need it. For some of you, this person will practically serve as a lifeline at a time when you need it most. And this person, the Queen of Cups, is not alone in their situation. Maybe they receive words, they receive a little insight from someone else, from a third party, who you may not know is helping them make decisions. And intelligence, keen perception, a person who seems to be operating alone but may not necessarily be. That's the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. And so this person may seem as though they say things on the fly, they make decisions on the fly, but the person actually kind of works with the team. Maybe the team member is like in the background or doesn't really say much and can sense, can identify what's going on. But this person definitely has a birdie around. You know how they say a little birdie told me? Because in this card there is one bird flying above the crown of the Queen of Swords. Just one. And that seems to be all the Queen of Swords needs. Everything else, the rest just kind of falls for them, just kind of works itself out. And the Queen of Swords knows this. This is no surprise to the Queen of Swords. The way things are going, the day to day, the way things operate. The Queen of Swords pretty much has their throne set safely and still. Okay. And the Queen of Swords, this person may give orders, may not, but generally people follow what they say. Give attention, people heed what this person says. And so it can be quite easy for them to give you a cup or two, especially when you need it during August. Okay, you just have to receive the cup. That's pretty much how things go. The retrogrades are affecting you. You probably should slow down, but for some of you it's like there's no chance of you slowing down, because that's not how Aries operates. Aries is kind of all or nothing, right, Aries? I mean, that's the Aries nature, the Aries way. And but really, at this point in the month, you probably should receive the cup from this Queen of Swords. The person may even be quick. They show up, they appear in your picture, they show up, and then they show out. Whether that's give you a helping hand, be a highlight, and then they disappear, and they disappear. All of the above may be this Queen of Swords character. They may not, because they'll be managing their own thing, their own routine. And so the Queen of Swords person, they may appear, they can play different roles in the lives of different Aries. Okay. And so I'm not saying to receive and be thankful for every cup that any person offers. No, that's not correct. This person, the Queen of Swords, is a person of authority, a person who has a crowd that's attentive to what the Queen of Swords wants. I'm not saying the Queen of Swords will reveal their needs, but they generally have their needs met. Okay. And this person, I don't think this person will leave you on your own for long, leave you in isolation for long. And so many Aries receive a word from this Queen of Swords here and there, maybe every now and then, because this person kind of sees the big picture or sees where things are headed, and they just correct things, come in and correct, if anything at all. This doesn't seem like you, Aries. The Queen of Swords, I don't think that's you. Represents a different person. And so, yeah, the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups may be related to moods. Maybe you have better moods sometimes and maybe not better moods sometimes. And if I go by the book, the Six of Cups relates to pleasure or joy. And so maybe this Queen of Swords character kind of provides you a bit of support, a bit of not nutrition but nurturing at times, but you won't admit it. Maybe it's a relief when they show up, when they pass something along. Something like that, Aries. Now going on to the next court card, the Knight of Pentacles. I also don't feel that this is you, Aries, because the Knight of Pentacles, this is generally a pretty slow person very sure of their self, very self-aware, and very not necessarily self-conscious, but very stable. The Knight of Pentacles, they're sure-footed. They can, realistically, they can see what lies ahead of them. They're not in a rush at all. If you talk to this person, they may even seem slower than you, that's for sure. I won't say there's no hesitation in them, but this person, they definitely won't have their stuff in a crunch, because they move at their own speed. They really take their time. And so when they complete things, they know what they've done, and they probably had enough time to cross all of the T's, dot all of their I's, and cross all of their T's. The Knight of Pentacles, that generally stands for a lull in activities. Someone who's slow, you know. Sometimes they're stagnant, they may seem stagnant, but really they have things going on at their own pace, at their own rate. They're kind of in their own mode. Okay? And again, this seems like someone outside of you, someone you speak to here and there, but you don't have a lot of engagement with this person, Aries, because you kind of, you'd rather run around this person, Aries. Run circles around this person because they can't keep up. Okay. This person is in reverse. I think they're better off with the retrogrades than you are. They're going up to speed, and so they're not getting stressed out with the planets going backwards. They're going at the speed that fits them, and that's why they show up as being in reverse in your reading, Aries. Again, this may be Capricorn, maybe Taurus, maybe Virgo. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this is a Capricorn, or this person is Capricorn heavy in their chart. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon. And there may be a team, there may be multiple persons who are this way. And so maybe not one person, one Capricorn, but this may relate to a few people who you can see them, and it's kind of obvious. They're not swayed by anything very easily. They don't react instantly. They just keep things moving in their own way. Okay. And the Page of Pentacles lies just beneath the Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles person or team, there may be an opportunity lurking below, if only you can learn it. Maybe the message is to slow down. Maybe they'll give you advice that you can really use if you don't overwhelm yourself and you're willing to take it in. Maybe they'll point out that you should slow your roll during August of 2019. And they might tell you when you need it. It looks like you're going to be receiving help this month, Aries. Because the Queen of Swords, one person with wind in their chart, likely a lady figure who's also who's probably also emotionally aware. They have sentiment, they can read between the lines. The Queen of Swords will be offering you a bit of nurturing support. The Knight of Pentacles will be offering you stable support if you can adapt your speed. Adapt your speed and adapt how you work. And this likely, the Pentacles likely applies to your environment, your work environment, where you get things done, labor. Okay. And so this indicates one person will be helping you one way, another person or a team will be ready to help you a second way, if you can see that while you're putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, because it is Leo season until maybe the 22nd, the 21st of August, and then it switches to Virgo season. And so the fire will be there. You will be active, you will be energized for most of August. And these signs, in their own way, they're kind of helping you out, if you're willing to receive help. One entity is saying slow your roll, the other one is giving you a cup. The cup from the Queen of Swords may be more comfortable for you, it may be more easy to receive and to take in. That's because Queen of Swords, wind suits fire. Wind is very compatible with fire. And so it may be easier for you to deal with and adjust to the Queen of Swords' provision than the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is slow, like too slow for Aries. But they get things done. And so you will probably steer toward the cups. You will more likely have more conversation and receive the Queen of Swords' help more wholeheartedly. I think you will, Aries. It'll be easier for you on the inside and the out, because you may kind of neglect the message, neglect the opportunity that the Page of Pentacles brings, almost like you don't want it. I don't want it. You wouldn't say why, you won't say why, but the Knight of Pentacles, maybe this will pass you by, because you have your stuff in order, and you'd more likely resonate with the Queen of Swords. You'd rather go with the Queen of Swords route, rather than spend the time crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And so you're more likely to go with a little bit of help rather than a bit more help, because the Knight of Pentacles generally now, one thing that I notice is that there's both the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, Aries. And this part, you may not love it, it may not sound like you very much, but there's a progression here, honestly, because the Page of Pentacles eventually develops into a Knight, and from the Knight comes the Queen, and from the Queen goes the King of Pentacles. And so the earthy person or persons, they know what they're doing, and this is an invisible message of progress that is being communicated here, Aries. You may not like it because it's too slow, or this reason, or that reason. You may not even care, really. But this earth element, it's it's part of what you lack, and it's it's very stable, very reliable, very stable. You know where it lies. You know if you need help, it'll be there for you, Aries. Um, it's just a different element. It's not what you like. It's not where you come from. It's not what you represent, really, because Aries is fire, enthusiasm, charisma. Let's get things done. What's the holdup? Why wait? If something isn't boring, and boring can be the key word for these earth signs, these pentacles. And so you may try and change yourself to really accommodate or fit in with the message the pentacles are providing, but during these retrogrades, if you can master or tailor yourself to slow down during these retrogrades and really fit yourself to the message here, to the message or messages that you're provided, because this younger page of pentacles may provide you with certain skills or certain instincts that you can learn and take on or take in, while the knight of pentacles is kind of more mature, the advanced version of the page of pentacles. And so the knight is like more refined, more developed, ahead of the page of pentacles. If you could adapt yourself into this mood, into this stability, you'd learn something again that you would overlook in a normal sense. You have opportunities this month, Aries. Personal opportunities, especially if the cards are stacked against you. And your world can use some support. For August. And those four cards, they kind of seem to, they'll come together. Almost like a package of support. But you like the Six of Cup option. You find that to be like the most beneficial, the most bona fide, legitimate, and well off. And so at some point the Page of Pentacles will likely go do their own thing, like a young person does, do their own thing, almost like, hey, the opportunity went by, and then they go on. While the Knight of Pentacles, this person will remain very stable, very slow-trotted. They know where they're going. There's no rush, no resistance, and no rush. And again, these are different characters. The Queen of Swords is one person. The Knight of Pentacles is a second person. They don't necessarily communicate with each other. They're two different people, probably in two different parts of your life, or representing two different aspects of your life, like different responsibilities. And the Page of Pentacles is another person, probably younger, and they may joke around at times, or lighten up, or have a playful, have have a hysteria to them, because they're still a page who knows what they want, what they're headed toward. A young page of pentacles. This page of pentacles person, I get the feeling they may play with toothpicks. Play with toothpicks, flick a toothpick, because they're less mature than the knight is. Toothpick in their mouth, like they want to look cool or something. Unless the Knight of Pentacles has a young side. If the Knight of Pentacles has a young side, then this one consolidated, combined person is showing you what maturity looks like. That's interesting. It's innovative also, how this can come out like this during August. Okay. And going on, the Hanged Man. This might be you, Aries. In this card, I kind of see a pendulum. It's almost like you go in, and then you go out, and then you go to the other side, and then eventually you appear in one of the previous positions, either in the middle or on the other side again. And so maybe this is you, maybe there's like different people around you helping this happen or something. Resources helping you be swayed or unsure or something, or you're unsure what to do. The Hanged Man. Because the Hanged Man, it's one of the major arcana cards, Aries. It's one of the major arcana cards, and it relates to being stuck or surrendering. Stuck or surrendering. And if you find yourself stuck or surrendering, it may be because you see other people who seem to not be moving in your environment, maybe your workplace. I mean, the retrogrades are going on. This is the effect for the fire signs. I think it's pretty consistent. People are moving slow. And I mean, yeah, you should slow down also. But nonetheless, if you find yourself being stuck, the Queen of Wands probably applies to you. The Queen of Wands. You've been emotional, and you're fire. Okay. You may remain stuck in this paradigm during August of 2019. Taking time to meditate can be recommended, a good idea. But you may think you don't get far, because I've met Aries who they begin to meditate and then they fall asleep. They think they don't get far. But I'll give this advice, I mean, you can watch YouTube videos on how to meditate. It takes time, Aries. Practice makes perfect, and that's pretty much how you start. You're going to keep having many thoughts, many ideas go through your mind. That's the standard beginning of meditation, Aries. It's kind of a matter of discipline. Discipline, taking time off. Probably nighttime would be the best time for you to practice your meditation, Aries. Because when nature's falling asleep, you're falling asleep. Internally, your systems are turning down. And so you'll think slower. Everything will be like ample, perfect for you to begin meditation. I guess around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. ish, depending on what time you fall asleep. You fall asleep. So start ahead, start early, and then practice. Once a day, however many times until you're good at it. If you have the discipline, if you want to, that'll teach you to slow down and be in consensus with yourself. Everything in one, so that you won't be sloppy. You'll have a lot of self-control. You'll develop it. I can continue, Aries, but if you really want some advice or want to communicate with me, feel free to leave a comment or send me an email at luckysaturnme@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. In the meantime, the Hanged Man, it looks like surrendering may be your best bet, because you won't learn what the Knight of Pentacles, what the Pentacles combo teaches you so quickly, because it's not your style. And the best you can do is Queen of Wands. Observe. Listen, observe. Because learning how to become a Pentacles person doesn't come easy for Aries. Not unless you have Earth in your chart. You have a Capricorn moon or a Virgo moon or Taurus moon, or you just have earthiness to you. Second house, your sun or moon, or you have a lot of planets in the second house or the sixth house or the 10th house, representing Taurus and then Virgo and then Capricorn respectively, in that order. And so for many Aries, Queen of Wands is probably you. Queen of Wands, and what you're doing is the Hanged Man. Kind of doing your thing. You're stuck, but you don't feel stuck. And it's not bad to be stuck around now, Aries. It might be just right for you. The Queen of Wands is fine with it. The King of Pentacles can kind of, not King, but the Knight of Pentacles can kind of care less. Has their own responsibilities. And the Queen of Wands, if your emotions are going strong this month, Aries, you're just staying there. You're just kind of staying there. But you're okay. You may not think that, but you're okay. And you know what? actually be in a better condition than you realize, because the Hanged Man is in reverse. Now, usually the Hanged Man, this card would appear upside down, but you see that the Hanged Man is actually right side up. So you're doing fine, but keep that a secret, Aries. But you're emotional. Now, if the Queen of Wands is not you, Aries, does not represent you, it may be a situation that you're in. You're fine, but maybe someone you know, maybe you're a lady, maybe the person that you're with can use some support, some emotional support. Or they're not getting enough from you. Attention. And so that leaves things spinning around you. You're in the middle. And you're just kind of chilling because you're fine. But the other person doesn't see things the way you see things. And if you were to ask this person, they would have some stuff to say. It wouldn't really be the nicest stuff, but that would be a personal conversation between you and them, just between you two. And they would kind of give you a review if you were open to ask and listen. But you would be fine with this in the end, at the end of the day. Mostly. There are some Aries who, if the situation is fed up, this may not be recommended. And for some Aries, you can use time for yourself, time away from the world. Almost like you can like get out of your life, live another life for a minute. Only if you were invisible, huh? Because you can use time off. I'm sure some of you can. Especially if there's hysteria going on around you. Day in, day out. And if you're tired, and so that might be a good idea to take time off to relax. It's recommended. And that pretty much wraps up the August 2019 General Tarot reading by myself, Lucky Saturn. Feel free to stay tuned, as well as comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you want, Aries. Reach out to other Aries and let them know that things you should probably slow down. Yourself and your friend should probably slow down, and to recommend my other tarot reading. For the other zodiac signs, feel free to go ahead and be yourself, do your thing, Aries. And let me know if you can use more advice, more clarity, more all of the above. And so, have an excellent August 2019, Aries. This is Lucky Saturn checking out.